Hi folks, it's Global Politics with Jim Martin. I want to talk about what I've been doing for the last month or so. As anybody who watches this channel knows, I am quite concerned about the future of our country. I feel that the United States is just sort of running towards an authoritarian sort of government that is extremely concerning to me. So one of the things that I thought I would do is to reach out to major political and military figures over really a span of different perspectives to ask them what their opinions were on this. And so I wrote letters to them, I snail mailed them. Most of these people are of the boomer variety, and therefore I've found in the past that it's often more effective to actually write a letter than to post something or send them an email, if you can even get an email address. To that end, I've received some responses. And before I talk about that, I want to talk about what the structure of those letters were. First, I introduce myself, talk about who I am and kind of my background a little bit. And then I shared my general outlook on how things are going in this country from an economic, national security, and democracy promotion perspective. Then I asked them three questions. What do you think? Am I wrong? Am I right? Then I asked, if you think I'm right, what are you doing to protect democracy? And third, I asked them, what do you think average people should do? These letters, I've been popping them out a few a day because I've got a day job. All these people that I have sent letters to are people that you would most likely recognize their names. Some of them are very, very prominent. Some of them not quite as prominent, but yet still really influential. And people who have been there and done that. Been in elected office, served in various government capacities, been a part of major decisions. I'd like to talk about the responses that I've received so far, and I attended an event by former Nebraska Senator Chuck Hagel, who also happened to serve as Defense Secretary for a couple of years. What can I say about this? Both of the people who responded to me were, "You are absolutely correct." They characterized this as an extremely dangerous time, the most dangerous time in the history of the United States, and viewed the Trump administration as an existential threat to our economy, national security, and economy. That's not great. One of them mentioned some activities that they were involved in to gather other folks that were like themselves, retired folks, to pressure members of Congress, and they suggested that I do the same thing. Another person noted that they had been considering how they can use their voice best. They were concerned about professional ramifications for themselves, and they were also concerned about consequences for their friends and family. To me, that's the most frightening part of this, is that someone who had served our country in various capacities for such a long time would feel even the hint of fear about possible repercussions for their friends and family. That is quite telling to me. Now, I also attended this event, which was a discussion between former Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel, who happened to be Nebraska Senator for a couple of terms, and John Kirby, who is a retired admiral who served as a Pentagon spokesperson under the Biden administration. You've seen both of these guys. They both shared the same opinions and were extremely concerned about the national security ramifications of both the tariff regime and the way that the Trump administration has been putting the finger on the scale for Russia in many ways. These things, I'm going to have a longer video about some of those concerns later. In essence, these are old school Cold Warrior folks who view the world as a place in which free trade is important in which open relationships with democracies are important, and in which the Constitution should be treasured and valued. They do not see the Trump administration in that light. The summary so far is one in which these prominent people, been there, done that, got 10 t-shirts, have deep concerns about the future of the United States, the safety of our country, and the prospects for our economy. This speaks to the need to continue to peacefully advocate for change, to peacefully advocate to our elected representatives that they need to stand up. Congress really has the best path to be able to resist and to educate people around us about why exactly this administration represents that existential threat to our way of life, really, let alone really in many ways the world. We are the most powerful economy and the most powerful militarily and the most influential country in the world. I believe that it is our responsibility as people who think about such things to do something about that, to talk truth to power about what it exactly is that we want this country to look like. What's going on right now, that ain't it for me. I hope that you find that interesting, a little bit different than what I usually do. I welcome comments. Keep them clean, please. I look forward to talking to you again real soon. Have a great day. Bye.